Hi guys, this is Spartan765 and today I'm going to show you guys, this is part 2 of how to accurize your mosin nagant and how to bed the receiver. This is done with using brass shims, not glass bedding. The whole point of bedding is to create a firm base for the receiver so the receiver doesn't move around at all, and so it's held in there firmly. And if you just screw it into wood, wood compresses, like it can expand and contract and expand and contract. But when the gun recoils, then the receiver will move. One way to prevent that or minimize it is to use brass shims to bed it. Now, this is part 2. This is how to make brass shims out of brass stripper clips. These are just 8mm Mauser stripper clips. I can't find any brass sheeting anywhere that's not in bulk, so I'm going to use brass stripper clips. And I'm going to show you in this video how to take your standard brass stripper clip. You can use mosin stripper clips, nagant stripper, or mosin, Mauser, whatever you got. I have about 100 of these, so it's no sacrifice to me to use these. I'm going to show you what you're going to need today to do this. First of all, you're going to need a stripper clip, pliers, a hammer, or if you have an anvil, you can use an anvil to pound on, but I'm just using another hammer to pound on. After that, to cut them, you're going to need just your regular scissors will work. Looks like there's just some feathers on there from when I got it that duck season. Okay, so now we're going to go down here to the floor. Okay, let me just check the camera angle here. Okay, so first thing you're going to do is just take your stripper clip, and you can see there's these wings here. These need to be bent out so they're kind of flat. Just take your pliers and just kind of work them out like that. You don't want to just pound on it. If you pound on it when it's not bent out, you're going to get uneven, unevenness. It's not going to be flat. I don't know the proper word, but whatever. Just bend these out like this. Bend your wings out. Or not wings, but sorry. I don't know what these are called, guide rails or something for the bullets. Once you have it about like that, you can take your anvil or other hammer. I'm just using another hammer today. It's pretty simple metalworking. There's really nothing that complicated to it. But it helps to know a little bit about metalworking and gunsmithing to do this. You just take your stripper clip, put it on your hammer or anvil, and just not extremely hard, but kind of lightly just tap on it. Flatten her out, nice and even. And switch it around and go on this side. You want it all the same thickness. You're going to narrow it a little bit by pounding on it, so you're going to want to pound in the middle too. Not heavily, just to make it even. And there's no heavy pounding needed to flatten brass. It's pretty, straightforward. You can cut it with a frickin' paper scissors, for Christ's sake. It's not like it's steel. If it were steel, I'd probably have to heat it up a little bit. Okay, check it over for thickness. You want the thickness to be generally the same. You're going to cut off these edges right here anyway, like right along where my fingernail is. These edges, you're going to end up cutting those down, so if it's a little wavy there, that doesn't matter. But just general thickness, you're going to want the same. I'm going to set the camera back up here and show you guys. This is the finished product. As you can see, it's now just a flat sheet. Just completely flat. No curves. It may be warped a little, that's okay. The thickness is all the same and everything like that. Okay, now the next part you're going to want to do is you're going to want to cut in size for your this part here where the tang screw goes in the bottom. You're just going to put your stripper clip over there and just guesstimate and then cut the strip out. Oh, and you also got a screw hole there too, so you got to watch out for that screw hole. To show how to cut this, I'm going to do another video, because just the cutting and sizing and everything like that will take a good 10 minutes to do, because this is the hardest one to cut out, because you got a lot of narrow spaces, there's 2 holes here, narrow, like I said, there's narrow ridges you got to cut out for, and this is all cutting it out with a paper scissors. Okay, I use nothing fancy when I do my gunsmithing. It's mainly just what I got, and I do a good job and I get it done. It's all, everything I do, I don't do shit ass job. I do a good job, and if it doesn't work, I make it better. But part 3 will be how to cut and size the brass piece to fit here. If you guys got any comments or questions, send me a message, Spartan765 out.